Hey everyone, it's Mike Sedini, and we are back today. It is May 1st, Mental Health Awareness Month, and we have a very special episode. Mental Health Awareness Month means a lot to us at WTTA. It means a lot to us, to our supporters. So we are happy to have Top Shot winner Chris Cheng joining us to tell us about something special that we're doing.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me on. And I'm really excited to be on the show today to announce a $100,000 fundraising challenge that I'm putting forward to the firearms community and to the gun industry. And so for the next week, from May 1st to May 8th, I'm challenging the gun community to raise $100,000 for Walk the Talk America and support the great work that you guys do. And I'm also going to be personally putting up $5,000 towards the cause. And the $5,000 that I'm going to be putting up is going to be part of a match campaign. So anybody who donates $500 or less, I'll match that, dollar for dollar, up to my $5,000 that I'm contributing. So I've been following Walk the Talk America for years and years now. Really admire the work that you guys do, and most importantly for me, when these terrible incidents of gun violence happen in our country, and gun owners like me say, "Oh, right, we need to focus on mental health." Right? It's not the gun, it's the person, it's mental health. For me, this is the solution, right? Walk the Talk America is a big part of the solution when I say we need to focus on mental health. And so I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, and I want to encourage other gun owners who also agree that if this is a mental health issue, right, that, hey, donate 5, 10, 20, $50 or whatever you can afford, right? Donate during this next week from May 1st to May 8th. I'll match your donations if it's $500 or less, and I'll match everything up to $5,000, my personal money. And let's get to that $100,000. I'm really confident that gun owners across the country, that we're going to come together and raise some really good money, for Walk the Talk America and for Mental Health Awareness Month.
Now, I'd really appreciate if you're here. If I could hug you through the computer, sir, I would hug you right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You have always, I've told this story before on the podcast. One of the times at this point, you're almost like an alum, right? Like with Saturday Night Live has the same guests 5 times. You've been on here a few times. I
Indeed,
think you go
yeah.
all the way back to the Mike Sedini podcast when I had my own podcast. But I, I, I I remember always wanting to get you involved in suicide prevention. Like Chris would be good in this space. And then I remember hanging out with you at the first event, and you knew everybody in the suicide prevention space of the VA. And I was like, wait a minute, have you already been doing this? And you were like, yeah, yeah. So you kind of let me think that I was like, hey, I want you to get more involved. And you were actually probably more involved in this space than I was prior to, like, say, 2018. What is it about this that is you've always gravitated towards the better mental health and suicide prevention aspect of gun ownership? Like, what brought you into that space?
Yeah, it's always been about, making a difference. And, this was, I've been now involved in suicide prevention for 10 years. It's since 2014. And at the time, I was looking at the number of firearms deaths in our country. And when I learned that two-thirds of firearms deaths are suicides, and at the time, we weren't talking about that either as an industry or as a community. Clearly it's a fairly taboo issue for a lot of folks. But in the past 10 years, we have made tremendous strides, right? In breaking down barriers and removing the taboo. We have the firearms industry, and we have industry partners and firearms manufacturers, right, that support mental health awareness, supporting suicide prevention. And so, I'm very proud of the work that you and me and others have done in this field. But it's only been 10 years, right? And that is frankly not a lot of time. It's not a long time. This is going to be a multi-decade, multi-generational effort, right? If we are going to change minds, if we're going to give people who need mental health support, we need to give them the courage, right? We need to give them the support and to say, hey, look, we all go through low points in our life, and that's okay, right? It's just literally part of the human condition. And if you're a gun owner, you should go seek help, right? Just like anybody else who needs help. But right, there is this reality where if I'm a gun owner, and if I go see mental health practitioner, right, in some states, right, they do have this ability, right, to remove our Second Amendment rights. And so that is something that I know, Walk the Talk is fighting to make sure that that doesn't happen, right? And we Walk the Talk is training mental health practitioners to increase their competency around firearms, around gun owners. And so, right, just because I happen to own a gun, right, doesn't necessarily make me an increased threat to society if I, want to talk to somebody about something that's like making me depressed or whatnot. So um I really want to make a difference, right, in the numbers, right? I want to see the number of overall, right, gun deaths go down, but particularly on the suicide front, I really believe that if we come together as a community, and non-gun owners have a big role in suicide prevention as well, right? This is not just about gun owners. This is about friends and family of gun owners, of right, colleagues who know gun owners as well. I've learned a lot over the past 10 years about the role that non-gun owners, right, can play in supporting, those who need mental health services and own a gun. And so there's a lot of opportunity for us to help people in need. So that's my ultimate goal. And again, I'm really excited to throw down this challenge to raise $100,000 between today and May 8th. And again, I'm going to match $5,000 of my own money for anybody who donates $500 or less. Right, so I'm encouraging these smaller donations. I'll match that dollar for dollar. And I'm also challenging the firearms industry, specifically manufacturers and distributors and dealers, right, to also contribute and to participate in making our country stronger and better and healthier.
Yeah, no, I can't thank you enough. And I'm going to just echo a few things you said. It's so important that we bridge the gap between gun owners and non-gun owners, right? So many non-gun owners do have great ideas and do have avenues to help gun owners, but they need to understand gun culture. And if we don't talk to each other, we can't maybe spark the brain that has that great idea, or maybe gets rid of a law, or maybe even makes a law better, right? Like if there's a bad law out there that could use some correction, like we need the help of some of the people that pass those laws. So I think every time that we can kind of bring the two uh, sides together and say, like, let's work together on solutions, I think that's the best. And for many years, at being an executive in the firearms industry, there was this attitude that, well, what are we supposed to do about it from the gun side, right? Like, what are we supposed to do? They got to help. They got to do something about it. What can we do? And it's like, look, there's plenty that we can do. And even if you don't want to actually do something, your donation to an organization inside the firearms community that is doing something, and if it's not Walk Talk America, let it be somebody else that you really are impressed with, or whoever you like, right? But let that organization do the work for you and help support them so they can continue to do the work. And that's why it's important that we all rally behind these organizations. And I can't thank you enough for the support you've given me over the years. Uh, you know, you as a professional, you were one of the most important people in the firearms industry to me. And then I value our friendship too. And I know you're not doing this just because we're friends, right? I know you're doing this because you love the work and you're passionate about the work like I am. But I can't thank you enough, Chris. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it means a lot to me. And yeah, you're doing great work, and I'm here to support that work. And yeah, let's get this fundraiser started. I'm really excited to see the engagement, and yeah, let's make this May Mental Health Awareness Month a great one, and let's get to that $100,000 goal.
Yeah, absolutely. Please visit WTTA.org/fundraiser or just go to our website. If you didn't have a chance to write that down, go to WTTA.org. You'll find links there. We really appreciate your support. Thank you very much.